How's it going, everybody? The PlayStation July savings sale is running from now until July 15th, and there's a ton of absolute bangers on sale for up to 90% off. Every day I put together lists of the top games you can get at a deep discount, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's video. Alright, with that out of the way, that's enough yapping from me, so let's get straight into it. For $2, 90% off, Inside is a haunting cinematic puzzle platformer that follows a young boy as he's relentlessly hunted through a bleak dystopian landscape and pulled ever deeper into the center of a terrifying, secretive experiment. Solve cleverly designed environmental puzzles and uncover disturbing revelations through precise platforming, minimalist storytelling, and an oppressive atmosphere that constantly builds tension. It's a 91 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 5 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. For $5, 75% off, Axiom Verge is a Metroidvania-style action-adventure where you play a scientist trapped in a mysterious alien world, exploring an intricate labyrinth filled with strange technology and eerie environments. You'll discover a wide array of weapons, items, and abilities, battle bizarre biomechanoid enemies, and use glitches to manipulate the environment, defeat foes, and solve inventive puzzles in unexpected and creative ways. It's an 85 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $4, 85% off, Darkest Dungeon is a gothic roguelike turn-based RPG where you recruit and lead a team of flawed heroes through twisted forests, forgotten warrens, and ruined crypts, facing monstrous enemies, famine, disease, and psychological stress. You'll manage your party's fears and afflictions while battling an array of eldritch horrors in a punishing strategic combat system that rewards planning, risk management, and adaptable tactics. It's an 84 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and about 80 hours to platinum. For $4, 80% off, Arise, A Simple Story is a heartfelt narrative adventure that guides you through the emotional lives of two people where memories awaken and time itself bends to your will in an expressive world. You explore beautifully crafted landscapes that shift with the passage of time, reliving moments of love, loss, joy, and sorrow while manipulating seconds, days, and entire seasons to uncover the full story and its hidden emotional nuances. It's an 82 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $5, 75% off, Guacamelee 2 is a colorful, dimension-hopping Metroidvania where retired luchador Juan Aguacate steps back into the ring to save the collapsing Mexiverse from a hilariously unhinged multiversal threat. You'll explore a lively world inspired by Mexican folklore as you swap dimensions, string together flashy wrestling combos, and tackle tricky platforming challenges across vibrant towns, eerie swamps, and fiery underworld arenas. It's an 86 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $5, 75% off, Guacamelee 2 is a colorful, dimension-hopping Metroidvania where retired luchador Juan Aguacate steps back into the ring to save the collapsing Mexiverse from a hilariously unhinged multiversal threat. You'll explore a lively world inspired by Mexican folklore as you swap dimensions, string together flashy wrestling combos, and tackle tricky platforming challenges across vibrant towns, eerie swamps, and fiery underworld arenas. It's an 86 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $4, 75% off, Quest 2 is a charming action RPG that expands the world of Felongard with a brand new story, explosive spells, and a playful co-op mechanic that lets you switch between a heroic cat and a loyal dog on an epic adventure. You explore colorful, open environments, tackle dungeons filled with traps, and complete side quests while combining new passive abilities and mastering a variety of weapons and magical attacks. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $5, 80% off, Nobody Wants to Die is a noir-style narrative adventure set in New York 2329, where immortality comes at a cost and the lines between right and wrong blur. Play as Detective James Cara, investigating a serial killer who targets the city's elite, using time manipulation augmentations and advanced technology to reconstruct events and expose dark secrets in a society where death is a distant memory and morality is optional. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 5 hours to platinum. For $5, 75% off, Ruiner is a brutal cyberpunk action shooter where a wired sociopath fights to rescue his kidnapped brother and uncover the truth under the guidance of a secretive hacker ally in a high-stakes world. Engage in fast-paced, tactical combat using an arsenal of state-of-the-art gadgets and abilities, from energy shields and reflex boosters to hacking enemies and manipulating the battlefield, as every encounter demands skill and timing. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $4, 90% off. Sherlock Holmes, Crimes and Punishments is a gripping detective adventure where you solve 6 thrilling, intricate cases, from murders to spectacular thefts, sometimes venturing into the fantastical. Decide carefully whether to follow your moral compass or strictly enforce the law, using 14 detection skills to investigate, interrogate, and determine suspects' fates, with consequences that shape your reputation and the world. It's a 76 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $4, 85% off. Othercide is a tactical RPG where you command the Daughters, echoes of the greatest warrior and humanity's last hope against relentless, nightmarish manifestations of suffering. You'll carefully and strategically plan battles around the dynamic timeline system, sacrifice one daughter to permanently empower another for future runs, and face grotesque bosses born from humanity's worst crimes in stark black and white arenas. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $5, 75% off. Tormented Souls is a survival horror adventure that channels the spirit of classics like Resident Evil and Silent Hill. Following Carolyn Walker, she investigates the mysterious disappearance of twin girls in a decrepit, decaying mansion filled with nightmarish secrets. You'll explore the eerie halls of Winterlake, solving fiendish puzzles, scavenging scarce resources, and surviving grotesque creatures that stalk every shadowed corridor. It's a 74 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $5, 75% off. Monster Sanctuary is a Metroidvania adventure where you explore an interconnected world while capturing, training, and battling a diverse roster of 111 unique and powerful monsters with distinct abilities and traits. You'll use their abilities to solve environmental puzzles, traverse tricky platforming sections, and engage in strategic turn-based combat where team composition, attack order, and synergies determine victory. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $4, 80% off. Torchlight 2 is a fast, fun, and loot-filled action RPG set in a quirky world of bloodthirsty monsters, bountiful treasures, and sinister secrets, where you choose from 4 distinct classes with robust skill trees and adventure solo or with up to 4 players online through vast, randomized areas. Pets fight alongside you or venture out to sell your loot while you keep exploring, ensuring fresh layouts and monsters across every run. It's an 88 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 65 hours to platinum. For $5, 80% off. Afterimage is a hand-drawn 2D action-adventure set in the haunting ruins of a shattered fantasy world, where an amnesiac girl named Renee sets out to recover her lost memories and uncover the truth behind a cataclysm. You'll traverse the interconnected world of Endgarden, battling over 170 enemy types and 30 brutal bosses across painterly landscapes, while unlocking new abilities that expand your exploration and combat potential. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $5, 75% off. Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous Enhanced Edition is an epic RPG where players rise as the mythic hero, battling demons, shaping nations, and exploring a dark, immersive world full of peril. Choose from 25 classes, 12 races, and thousands of spells, feats, and abilities, recruit companions, and face moral dilemmas, uncover secrets, and confront powerful foes while forging your own legendary path through the world wound. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 10 out of 10, and about 350 hours to platinum. For $5, 75% off. LEGO Batman 3 Beyond Gotham is a family-friendly action-adventure where Batman teams up with DC heroes and villains to travel across the universe and stop the villainous Brainiac from shrinking entire worlds. Switching between a huge roster of heroes and villains, players explore a variety of LEGO-built lantern worlds and use unique powers granted by the Lantern Rings to overcome obstacles and unlock secret areas. It's a 74 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $4, 70% off. Darkwood is an atmospheric survival horror that relies on dread, careful planning, and resource management rather than cheap jump scares, immersing players in a uniquely haunting experience. By day, you explore and scavenge the eerie forests of the Soviet bloc, while at night you hunker down to survive against relentless supernatural forces that stalk the woods, threatening your sanity as you navigate an ever-changing world. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $4, 90% off. Cris Tales is a beautifully hand-drawn indie JRPG that lets you see the past, present, and future simultaneously as you guide Chris Bell on a sweeping, time-bending adventure. Manipulate time in strategic turn-based battles to age enemies or restore allies instantly, explore vibrant kingdoms inspired by Latin American culture and folklore, and make impactful story choices that visibly reshape towns and characters in real time. It's a 74 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $5, 50% off, Blaster Master 02 is a side-scrolling and top-down hybrid action-adventure where Jason and Eve leave Earth behind to confront a cosmic threat and save Eve from a corrupting parasite. You'll pilot the upgraded Gaia Sophia battle tank across diverse alien planets, strategically generating SP from impacts and terrain, while unleashing the new blast counter to turn enemy attacks into devastating opportunities. It's an 82 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 10 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. For $2, 85% off, Biped is a cooperative action-adventure where you control two adorable bipedal robots, navigating puzzles and challenges with precise coordination, clever movement, and engaging teamwork. Use dual-stick controls to walk, operate machinery, and solve environmental puzzles, either solo or alongside a friend, in fun, moment-to-moment cooperative gameplay that tests your teamwork, reflexes, and problem-solving skills. It's a 76 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $4, 80% off, Curse of the Dead Gods is a brutal, skill-based action roguelike where you descend into a cursed temple in search of riches, power, and immortality. Fight through trap-filled corridors and deadly arenas, wield swords, spears, and firearms against relentless enemies and towering bosses, and manage a corruption system where powerful curses can either strengthen your build or suddenly twist your fate in devastating ways. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and about 80 hours to platinum. For $2, 90% off, This War of Mine, The Little Ones is a gritty survival experience that follows a group of civilians, including children, struggling to endure life in a war-torn city. Manage scarce resources and craft essential supplies like beds and stoves, make devastating life-or-death decisions under constant threat, and protect vulnerable young survivors whose needs and perspectives dramatically reshape how you approach each desperate day. It's a 79 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $4, 70% off, Shady Part of Me is an emotional puzzle platformer where you navigate surreal dreamscapes as a little girl and her shadow, blending 2D and 3D gameplay with introspective storytelling. Work together to overcome emotional struggles, manipulate light and shadows, and use time-rewinding abilities to solve contemplative puzzles, while exploring unique watercolor-inspired environments filled with twists, surprises, and poetic charm. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 5 hours to platinum. For $5, 50% off, Blaster Master 0 is a retro-inspired side-scrolling and top-down action-adventure that reimagines the 1988 classic with brand new areas, challenging bosses, and expanded story content. Pilot the battle tank Sophia 3 through sprawling side-view stages, explore tight top-down mutant-filled dungeons as Jason, and unlock sub-weapons and upgrades that open new paths and enhance both characters' abilities. It's a 79 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 10 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. Alright, that's it for today's list, everybody. If you've played any of these already, drop your thoughts in the comments. Your insights help others find great games too, it's not just mine. As always, I want to thank all my channel members for their generous support, but to all you out there who watch, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff as well, thank you. You're the reason I'm still having fun making all these videos every day, and I'm genuinely grateful for each and every one of you out there. If you can spare $1 a month, you get early access to all my videos, and it helps me out more than you know. But I know times are tough out there, so all I do ask is, if you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with any new sale stuff that I put out, leave a like, and comment down below if you've got any of these platinums or plan on going for any of them.